This is my 2004 Hyundai Tiburon GT. I bought this car a few months ago for $1,500. $1,500. Not only that, it gets better. I bought this car from the original owner. Look at this. This is the original sales receipt. 15 miles on the odometer when the original owner bought it. Better yet, we still have the original window sticker. Now that's cool. The car has approximately 80,000 miles on it, and the amount of records that I have of this car since brand new is amazing. Everything from the timing belt being done, every time the oil was changed, every time he took it to get inspected, I absolutely scored huge on this one. The car has never been driven in the winter before. It's an absolute garage queen. But the car was $1,500, so that means it does come with its quirks. As you can see at the tail end of the cinematics there is one little spot of rust, and unfortunately, the dude did back into his wife at one point, so he did have to replace that rear taillight. The car doesn't have a door handle on the driver's side because I accidentally ripped it off when I was trying to move the car in the wintertime. I know, don't ask. But again, this car was $1,500, and of course it's going to have its quirks, but that's the fun of a budget build, which means we're not going to do any crazy engine mods. What we're going to be focusing on is mainly bolt-ons. That means headers, intake, exhaust, suspension, rims and tires, window tint, painting the calipers, fun stuff like that. I would like to mention before we start modding out the car that I have done all the basic maintenance needed in order to get this car up and running as good and as smooth as possible. I've taken the advice of all the experts out there that said take care of your basic maintenance before you even think about modding your car. So since ownership, I have done all the fluids, which includes 2 oil changes because this car was sitting for a little while. I have done the brake pads and rotors all the way around. We've gotten the car inspected. I went ahead and bought new headlight assemblies for both the passenger and the driver's side. The old stock headlights were really foggy and yellow, and I tried to restore them, but they just didn't come out that good. And again, as you saw, I have all the maintenance records since brand new. So when I went ahead and looked at all those, the timing belt was done last year, right before I got the car. So all the basic stuff has been done, which is fantastic. So what that means is on to the modifications. The first mod that we're going to be doing is an air intake, which I don't really know if you want to call it performance mod or not, but it definitely is a bolt-on that's fun to do and changes the look of the car and maybe give you a little bit of a sound difference. We purchased this air intake for $50 on eBay. So without further ado, let's do our first performance mod and get this air intake installed. So just as a reminder, this of course isn't ideal. This is a $50 eBay air intake. The ones that they sell, they're a little bit more expensive. The piping's a little bit longer, and it goes underneath this battery box here to actually grab cold air from underneath the car. Unfortunately, because we're so close to the engine, we're going to be pulling hot air. But again, this is a budget build. This is something that everybody can do. We got this for $50 on eBay. So air intake is installed. Let's go ahead and fire it up and see if we can get a little bit of a sound difference. Alright, well, I'd say all in all for $50, not too bad. We got a little bit of a sound difference there. I'm not expecting any power gains from this. I'm not going to get in the car and start driving. All of a sudden I gain 15 horsepower. Obviously, that's not what we were going for here. So all in all, I'm happy with the product, and can't go wrong with a $50 air intake from eBay. Alright, so that's going to conclude part number 1 of the video series. We're going to go ahead and install these parts as they come in. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in part number 2.